Hello gang, welcome to another episode of Pop Not Pop. This is episode 11, therefore Paint, the production episode. And guess what? I'm still excited about it, which is a very good sign. This is actually the least developed arrangement I have ever shared with you, primarily because this is the most recently penned song, and I have not had time to consider, ruminate, marinade, how I wanted to arrange the music for the song. Since I wrote the song, the recorded demo has remained the same, which is a strong, groovy bass line and a click, and my own vocal recorded over the top. I really liked the simplicity of this. So, despite my tendency towards layers, I have sought to emulate the simplicity of the original arrangement. So, let's get you familiar with the foundation, starting with the development of the bass line as the core instrument. My initial choice was one of a synth bass, which in this case was the Dark Drive sub bass from Rookes Studio Player. And I played it on the C board, so I could include this mighty bass slide at the end of each bar, as well as some glide dynamics on the bridge, which added a morphing kind of distortion like this. I then used the light pad, of course, for some swam double bass pizzicato to add some punch, which I hacked from the Noise swam packs. However, I ran into some restrictions on the light pad, as the note I wished to bend at the end of the bar literally fell off the pad. So having the C board around was quite useful, even for just that one extra note. But why didn't you just record the whole double bass part on the C board, you ask? Well, dear Pop Not Pop watcher, here's the thing about MPE devices. Sometimes they vary in terms of sensitivity according to the preset. So in this case, the C board really required you to hammer on the waveforms in terms of producing some velocity or twang, instead of just a tap on the light pad which produced the same effect. Honestly, I don't know why this happens, and it does vary from preset to preset. But seeing as how Roly have not yet allowed you to be able to mess with the parameters of the preset in Rookes Studio Player, which you can do in the Equator Synth engine as a standalone plugin, it's useful to have both MPE devices to hand to test as you go. So, as I've said before, the clicks created the basis of the track. I often find it hard to find nice, clean, clear click samples in sound packs or plugins. So yes, I did just record my finger click and loop it twice. Now, I wanted to create some variety in the percussion whilst keeping that simple classic vibe. So this bit evolved when I decided to test this song out on a live stream on my birthday. Because of course I set myself a challenge on my birthday. Who would not? So I wanted to create an arrangement quickly, and I did this by programming a quick arrangement on Noise, using the Curva Sud drum kit, the same bass preset, strings and tenor sax. It was cute! Afterwards, I airdropped my files to my Mac and then slung them into Logic to have a play. As it turned out, the 3 beat loops I had come up with were pretty effective. So I kept them as they were for now and added a few elements from Roly Studio drums, like a snappy snare and a kick. And I also broke off a couple of elements from those loops to use separately in a new percussion track, like this popping sound. Because I knew there'd also be strings on this track, I didn't want to pile on the synths. So I settled on a little light gospel organ from the first chorus onwards. And some arpeggiated African conga-long to add a subtle twinkle over the top. Now at the moment I have only programmed strings from the middle 8 onwards, but I have big plans to put more strings up front and to build more strings into the back end of the track. But I do want to share how much I enjoyed building the strings hook for this track, using the Noise Swam strings packs to layer individual instruments. I started with violin, and then added viola and cello after, to create these beautiful tight harmonies that would then complement the backing vocals I had planned. So for the first time ever, I completely forgot to record the live demo of me singing the lead vocal. Now, I'm pretty sure that from past videos, we all agree that I can sing and also that I can sing well, so I don't necessarily feel like I need to prove it at this point. However, it's a bit of a bummer, so... I'm tired of kissing folks I'm not in love with. New lips on my throat don't solve this. I swear I liked you better before you got with him, but I'll tell you anything you want to know. You know I only sing when I have something to say. And when I have something to say, you'll find me singing. If I let you in, why don't you paint into me the things you can't see I'm missing? Yeah, feel for you, but I liked you better before you got with him. And what I feel for you is only limitless. Yeah, I feel for you, but I like it better when we're skin on skin. Yeah, I feel for you, 'cause there's no one to ask. Yeah, I feel, oh, I feel for you, for you. So that just about wraps up the production episode of Paint. Did you hear anything new in this episode? Hop onto your favourite social media platform and let me know. And of course, if you enjoyed this bit of content, you can put your money where your mouth is by swinging by my Patreon page, www.patreon.com/IamRookes, and support me by joining the very exciting Rookes Lab for as little as $1 a month. Boom! Jump onto the next episode of Pop Not Pop for a whole new song and maybe some surprises. See you there.